Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. And you already know, you can have all the money in the world, all the fame in the world, all the cars, the clothes, the grease, the bags, the shoes, you name it. But if you do not have God and godly wisdom, you have nothing. God don't condone people pleasing. And I'm here today to back it up with some scripture, okay? So before we get into this video, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this to somebody who needs it. So coming from a dysfunctional, narcissistic family, I have learned people pleasing, right? Because love was conditioned. You do this, you get that. You don't do this, get out my house. Okay, I said, God, how to stop people pleasing? What do you think about people pleasing? And he led me to Galatians 1:10, honey. It says, am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to people please? If I were still trying to people please, I will not be a servant of Christ. If I were still trying to people please, then I would not be a servant of Christ. We are not here to please these people. When I tell you God ate that one up, he ate it up. He ate it down, okay? He ate that one down. And I got other scriptures too. Back, okay? But let's get into it, y'all. Sometimes when you become a Christian and you're in church, or maybe you have been in church when you were younger, we are told to share. We are told to be good people and help each other out and be leaders and just always have a helping hand and help your neighbor and love thy neighbor as you love thyself and just be loving and generous and kind. But people did not teach you the B word. People, they ain't teach you the B word. And the B word is boundaries. You can't do the Lord's work and be trying to please people, because people will like you until you trigger them. People will like you until you start talking about their demons. People will like you until your life starts to trigger their insecurities, until they can't use you anymore. So you have to understand that God did not call you to be a people pleaser. And I understand if you are coming from a dysfunctional household, a narcissistic household, it teaches you to be a people pleaser. But we're not staying there. So if you are a people pleaser, what I want you to think about is, before you help somebody, why are you doing it? Are you doing it because you feel obligated? Are you doing it because if you don't, you'll feel guilty? Do you feel fear that this person won't be there for you or they won't like you? All those things are not from God. God has not given you the spirit of fear, right? If their love, friend, or family ship is based on you constantly being a slave to them, then that's not of God. And you have to trust God enough to be like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care who, no. If you saying no, or not giving people what they want, or telling people what they want to hear, but giving them the truth. If you do any of these things and people turn away from you and people say, I can't fool with you, wonderful. Because they were never your friends. They were never your people. And that's just give you freedom within the situation to understand that you are dodging a bullet. Sometimes you gotta say no to see if people really like you. Honestly, use everything with discernment. When God give me people to help and I help people, or God placed people in my life to help them, it doesn't drain me completely. Sometimes you'll be giving somebody a helping hand, right? Or that person, you're led to help that person, and just they'll say a sentence or something and God will use that person to minister to you. It should not always be you constantly helping, and you drain and you out of it. The word of this video is going to be reciprocity. You looked out for me, I can look out for you in this area, and it's on the same level. That is okay. But don't let people take advantage of you, because you are a human living a human experience. You always need something. We always need something. If they can ask you over and over again to do something and you're just constantly yes, and putting yourself on a back burner, and then when you want something, it's a big issue, it's a big fuss, you got to leave those people alone. What I want you to understand as people pleasers, say no. Right? We've been hearing this. No is a full sentence. No is a full sentence. That person did not question you when you said yes. So if they start questioning you when you say no, That's it. You didn't question my yes, don't question my no. Sometimes you may not have the courage. Maybe you've been people pleasing to the point where you don't even have the courage to say no. You scared to say no, and you feel like you gotta have a big old explanation. These people is not going to be ready for you to say no. Say no anyway. If your voice get the crackling and you like, no, you said no. Okay, whether or not your voice get the crackling and you all scared and you shy, at the end of the day, you said no. And it will get easier as you continue to advocate for yourself, as you continue to speak up for yourself and say no. I made a video on my TikTok. I said, as ex-people pleasers, we're not saying no, we're saying can't. Can't. You look them in their face, can't. I'm busy. But you say, no, I'm not available, or no, I'm busy around that time, and keep it as that. I think I done said no for a whole year. I just went through, I said no, everything no. No favors, nothing. I've been people pleasing all my life. No. But you could just say no. And don't say sorry. You're not sorry. What you sorry for? Not a lot of people deserve your help. You will realize that a lot of people are just takers, and they'll take, and they see that you don't have boundaries. People pleasers can also turn into enablers. So you're so used to helping somebody, or oh, they can't do it. You don't want to help people until you enable them. Sometimes God needs you to back away and stop being so available for these people so that they can do it, so that they can learn, so that they can grow. You will realize, for one, you're not that nice. You are kind, but you're really not that nice and so helpful, and I want to just help. You're not that nice. Okay, you were, because it had to be from a wound place or some type of trauma, or you feel obligated. But now that you have learned boundaries, you have learned reciprocity, you will start to realize that a lot of people made their beds and they're now laying in it. Now they want to play victim, and they want you to lay in it, right? They want you to come in and lay in their bed and help them out after they then destroyed their life and did whatever they want to do, and now they want to use you. That's when discernment comes in, right? You're constantly trying to help people, and it's not the fact that they need you to do labor or the fact that they constantly need you to do something. It's the fact that they won't change their mindset, or they need to change their perspective on things. So they're actually a reaper, and they're just reaping what they have sown, and you're coming in just wanting to be a helping Christian. No, that's God's wrath. That's God's judgment. They didn't did that. Boundaries and discernment. Boundaries and discernment. So yes, we are supposed to love and care and help for people, but with boundaries and discernment. Okay? Don't allow people to weaponize the fact that you are a servant of God, you are a believer, to force you to people please and constantly do things for people. No. Get ready. Get on ready, honey. Get ready for people's faces to start being screwed up. People not liking you because you miss boundaries and miss discernment. So get ready for the pushback. And if somebody try to push back, you stand 10 toes, because people will question you. People will question your boundaries, and people will question your discernment and why you said no. And you have to understand, they're used to you. They got you on a we'll do everything list. They already know you gonna do it. So when you don't, girl, child, they're gonna be shooketh. Let them be shooketh. Let them be shooketh. God already told you. You are a servant of Christ. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed. I am blessed, I am blessed. I am blessed, I am blessed. Bye. I am blessed.